2! We're on it. Oh, I just noticed these buttons. We can be in first person. Oh, and we could change the quality. Well, that's interesting. Oh, this is the time stopper. I thought this would proceed. Unresponsive thought form. Explicit purpose. Recurring scenery. The grand assist in the embassy. A billion minds in one. Really makes sense. Alright, well. Oh, the time stopper is the huge thing. There we go. The seat. Experiential bridge. Let's go over. Noticing that the entities are actually seated. The team is assembled around their seats, so I sit. Everyone, excuse me. Let us begin. I dip my head toward Tozik as he has already connected. With an impulse, he instructs the Grand Cyst to lower wired cysts before each of us. What a rare opportunity. I am certain that even Gakfu is excited. I raise the cyst to my right receptor, and its shell softens, becoming as viscous liquid. It settles over my receptor, and the time stopper connects to me. My mind is drawn into it with the others. Everyone is connected. Commencing now. With a simple instruction, the Grand Cyst's additional neural processing activates. Its strength and processing speed is such that time stops. Such a peculiar sensation, to observe in full cognitive capacity a world and body that cannot move, though the cores of our minds are shelled from one another. Wow, she's pretty. We each carry a new mind that feels as if it was always there, the Grand Cyst, and it thinks with us as one. Is this not peculiar? How fun. Oh, but I cannot tell which thought is mine. How do we stay distinct again? Silly. The last one was not so long ago. But I will remind you. You do it like this. We each understand simply. Think outwardly. You see? A reminder of our best practice here. It will be simpler to convey things of importance indistinctly. But, for discussion, you should stay distinct. Understood? Yes, 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 stop. Yes. Oh, I think I am, yes. Echoing it. Sorry, yes. That was me. Sorry. This is only my second time using one of these. It is okay. You are too tense. Just let it pass through you. That is how I stop echoing. Are we good? Yes. Okay. Now, on to the matters of the call. A great deal of information is transmitted between us. Long overdue discussions and planning for expeditions. In an instant, fast even within the altered time of the Grand Cyst. Wordless knowledge is understood, assigned words only an afterthought. Attention. Large amount of unprocessable data advancing stream to next coherent data. Polygonation spire in Guam is likely easiest. Kazuki agrees? Yes. I will organize a meeting. They liked the last time we visited because it drew lots of attention, so a spire would be lucrative for us both. It does not need to be of the highest strength or quality. There is no hard data backing my decision, but Kazuki's contacts have suggested the trench multiple times. And if what they say is true, it is one of the least explored places on the planet. So there is certainly potential for the origin to be there, never seen. Makes sense. No argument. No other leads yet anyway. Anything else before we disengage? No. Wait. Yes, we have the spike. See? In our collective mind's eye, a visualization of the signal is shown. Oh, that looks just like something I've seen before. A strange spike, but not unexpected given the dull contrivance's proximity. That is spectacular, rather peculiar. This frequency looks unnatural. It is too far from the call's baseline activity. Could it be an error? No. This is aggregate data from many listeners all across this planet. Did not help polygonation regrettably. So what do we do about it? Do we just mark it down? Wait. Identical memorized data from an archival cyst manifests. Did he bring up the same record by accident? No, this is different. I have been searching through approximately 12 eyes of data. This has happened once before, see? The same type of spike with the same duration. How many eyes ago was that? 7? 8? Look. That is exactly equidistant from the start of the call. Exactly. The exact same spike at exactly 50% of the call. How is that possible? Could it be a coincidence? Absolutely not. I have seen this before. In my early studies, maybe even larval. These are markers of raw thought, unoptimized primal. What Corru knows and broadcasts instinctively, and what early Corru-cystic pioneers used for communication. A strange dread spreads through our shared mind. Why do I feel it too? Is it mine? Am I scared? This does not mean anything. Excuse me. In raw thought transmission, the signal spikes at regular intervals, 5 equidistant times, once at the beginning, and there are no recordings of the exact beginning. So that means it could be halfway done, if this is true. But it has been broadcast for how long? How could a thought be that large? Could we even... The dread's claw bites into me, paralyzing my thoughts. Is it mine? No one is commenting upon it, perhaps confused themselves. So then, who is scared? It is overwhelming. I feel like tearing the cyst from my receptor, but I cannot move. Not without first turning off the time constriction. It could be something else. There are only 2 data points here. A compelling theory, but that means we must wait a long time. We are all in agreement that we should probably tell no one about this. What? Wait, why? This is huge. Even just the possibility changes everything. You know what this means, right? Kavik, this is not a theory of fancy. It is true that this does change everything. But we are still missing data, right? Right, yes, we need more. We cannot simply share it. Not while the evidence is incomplete. Is anyone in disagreement? I sense a mixture of frustration and relief. Indeed, this is compelling, but it is simply a theory. Judging by the team's reactions, even sharing it as a possibility would be quite an upset. Without the theoretical first spike being recorded, it is hard to justify. Either way, it is not worth interrogating at this time. We need only wait. I take everyone's silence as confirmation. Excellent. Adjourning. Bye, everyone. The time constriction disengages. I remove the cyst from my receptor. In real time, we had been sitting only for the length of a larval breath. But immediately, everyone stands, relieved at their freedom. I dip my head in receptors toward the team and return to my quarters. Clearing mind spike buffer, no progress will be lost. So these are in chronological order, and we had to do the second one first, so I guess we're moving on to the third. Experiential thought form, contiguous stream on recollection end, reset stream to start. The eye of Valtzi arcs with glee. I awaken from the stillness of my rejuvenation. Though through the distant, dull contrivance, I feel another gaze has begun. And as I clamber out from my chamber, I see something new. An unfamiliar cyst laid upon my desk. Was this the one I lent to Kavik? Returned in my slumber? Maybe the design archive from home I gave to Kazki. Or perhaps Gakfu's false environment game? I should check to be sure. Bloop, bloop. Unresponsive thought form. Doop-a-doo. The face stand. Well. Responsive thought form. Recollection. A prying of my eyes. Peculiar. This cyst has no distinct shell. A flourishing spiral marks it, but I do not know what that means. I suppose I should try it on and see what it is. I raise the cyst to a receptor and settle it. After a small delay, it activates and a consciousness makes itself known. An echo with a message left for me. We exchange wordless meaning, forming into thoughts. Hello, Akazatish. Hello, friend. Who is this? I do not know. All memory save for my message has been stripped. I feel that my speaker wanted this message to be discreet. Curious, but please go on. Excellent. I will convey the message to the best of my ability. Henceforth, I will reference my speaker. The echo's message forms into imagery, a false environment that I allow my mind to enter. The creature's here. Oh, when I moused over it, it disappeared. I see you, creature. It is simple. Simple enough that it should only occupy a fraction of a blink. The echo awaits my engagement to continue. Go ahead. Hello, Akazet. I am glad it is you who connected. As it is with worry for your well-being that this message finds you, it must be said immediately. Information regarding our team's latest findings must not be shared with anyone at any point. Yes, as we had agreed. What is the purpose of the message? We are in great danger, Akazet. Though we agreed in work, there can be no casual hints of our knowledge, no sharing of larval relations, not anyone you think, no you can trust, no one. Apprehension from the echo saturates the environment. I can feel that this delusional paranoia is not even its own. In my death, I have never had patience. Why do not waste my time? Cease this drama. I presumed you might react this way, but I had to place my warning first out of precaution. You want to know why? Come and see. I was slow to read some of this. The delusional paranoia is not even its true message. In my death, I have never had patience for such meandering exchanges. Oh, I just realized that when they talk about death like this, they're talking about moving from the larval form into the co-form. So it's like dying when they leave their larval place. The call, Akazet. The initiative to study it, both here. Just this visual is very striking to me. The initiative to study it, both here and home, holds certain conflicting groups. They have always known what its origin truly is, and they will resort to violence to keep this secret. While what we have discovered is indirect, a smaller organ in the whole of the truth, it is dangerous to hold as we do. To share even a hint of it could mean... To share even a hint of it could meet us all with our final deaths. This notion alone is enough to spark anger, the type of baseless theory a paranoid Kiev might concoct. The Council would never have approved our research if this were the case. Are you simply sowing suspicion? Is this a threat? I like her form has changed ever so slightly. Or is this a poorly timed prank? Velzy would be unimpressed. Please understand. There is much we still do not know. Our research is entirely necessary, especially with the unaffiliated, the unbiased, like you. And I care about you, Akazet. You should not have to be a part of this, but this sliver of truth we carry places us all in a terrible game, one that Velzy's cruel humor could not dream. So it was you who broadcast that dread in our focus. A fraction of it, yes, but I am not the only one involved with this game. I suspect others operate within our team, and though they are all friends, all, this conflict seeks to place us as foes. The claws of it reach far beyond us, too. It is a cold wind that suffuses the entire embassy, but this discovery of the raw thought pattern, it will become like Spirestorm. Weather phenomenon, ceaseless violent storms surrounding natural spire. Like a mountain? Like a permanently snow-capped mountain? None of us, not even would-be foes, want this to escalate. So hear my plea. You must take every measure to hide this. We cannot speak any sliver of our knowledge escaping. Risk. Why did I read that as speak? Do you understand? Despite my skepticism, I feel that this is heartfelt, truthful, a difficult feeling to fake with an echo. Indeed, the tone is one of defensive panic. So I must respond. Yes, I understand. Thank you. If only I could truly hear you agree, but I cannot risk any side knowing I have told you. So this cyst will erase its purpose shortly, but trust that I will know your response. based on your actions. Despite my agreement, I cannot dispel this uneasy coil in my receptors. To have this dangled before me as a vague threat, but how else am I to respond, whether this is true or not? It is not as if I intended to share it in the first place. Do they simply fear what might happen if I examine our theory more closely? In case there is a connection back to the source, I must continue my agreement. What happens next? For you, nothing. I'm taking every measure to protect our team, even the misled traders. I have already hidden the archived discussion from our focus. We will not speak, we will not share, you will not know who I am. Eventually, we will be forced to share our findings and reveal the truth, but there is time to prepare the stage. If this is not handled delicately, all of us, bright cousins included, will suffer terrible consequences. They are innocent bystanders. They do not deserve what may come. But if you allow me, if you can trust this echo as I have pleaded to Velzy you might, everything will be fine. That is truly all I can tell you. Goodbye, Akazet. Wait, is there any proof you can share? Anything at all. I want to trust you, but I must know it to be true. And what if we find something else? How much of our work is truly at risk? There's no response, no thought, no meaning. In reality, I feel a strange runoff near my cyst-bearing receptors. Oh, it is destroying itself. Ah! I missed an opportunity to click something there. I tear the cyst from my receptor before it can fully melt, throwing it to the table. The echo cyst self-destructed. What do I do? What can I do? I need guidance. Fun friend, activate. Hello, Akazet. How are you? Should I even try asking who left it? But what if I ask the wrong person? These groups, will one side think the other has tried to sway me? And what could they even be quarreling over? I have never heard once of any conflict. Slow down. I do not even know what you are talking about. Let me see your recent memory, please. I grant Fun Friend access to my short-term memory with an impulse. But that does not matter, for I have already come to a conclusion. Yes, I know. I can ask the team one by one, hide the details. I will say it is some mundane thing, some borrowed cyst being returned, but the speaker who placed it. Akazet, it does not seem like they want you involved. Would it not be better to simply stay quiet like they want? Like you already agreed anyway. If they have taken this measure, assuming it is truthful, why would they even give a slight hint to you in person? They may hint unwillingly. Fun friend, I cannot simply let such claims go uninvestigated. The speaker must know this as well. Doubly so if they are within our team, but they are also watching my actions, so I should still be careful with my words. This is a bad idea. Thank you for your input, fun friend. I must investigate. I do like the third person. This is a large container. Approach the attendant drone. It is faceless at the moment. Did you see something? Though the drone is faceless, the simple echo that observes may still have seen something. Hello? No connection required. Did you see anything go into my room? A spindle-legged Corru entered some winks ago. It was assumed to be a self-delivering device. Interesting. I suppose that makes sense. The speaker must have known the attendant would be here. Do you require anything else? The groundsman, please. The drone straightens, and a connective ripple passes through its skin. Our groundsman symbol is formed over its faceplate. Akazetesh, speak. I had a self-delivered cyst on my desk, arriving during my slumber. Do you have any record of it? That will depend on its features. If you have it, present it. Otherwise, describe it. Description follows. It's self-destructed. Should I mention the spiral? No. What if it's an identifier somehow? It could mean something dangerous. Oh, that's not a description. That might be a swear. I do not really remember how it looked. Can you cross-check it with other attendants? Did it form any relocation hallways? The groundsman is silent for a moment. She must see me like a larval fool. Akazetesh, I cannot help you without a point of reference. An innumerable amount of cysts are self-delivered every days, and each are mundane in nature. What has you seeking information about this one in particular? Bad idea. It was, actually, you know, I think I realized who sent it, actually. Yes. It was a team member. I will just go ask them. Goodbye. I casually walk away in a panic. What if the groundsman is part of this? How embarrassing. Tirko. Incomplete. Altered signature. Bosco's here. Self-image intuited signature. And the context says, why bother? Self-designing takes too long. Oh, they're both here. Kavik and Bosco speak jovially between a set of quarters. Curious. Theirs are not within this branch. I approach, masking my suspicion well. Bosco, Kavik, hello, great gaze. Akazet. Hey, Akazet. What brings you to this branch of the Sigma? We were just waiting for Mocha. There is a brief Mariana's expedition we must attend today. They're able to explore all the way down there? Holy fuck. Mocha. What was that? Offloaded memory. Mokanish. An exchange from materials. Ah yes, I forgot she was in this branch too. I've not seen her in a while. Our areas of operation rarely intersect. For materials? What for? Thought it might be fun. Also, if there are any essential deposits in the area, that could speed up construction of the polygonation spire. Ah, of course. Did either of you return assist? My friends. Did either of you return assist to my quarters recently? I woke from my rejuvenation and there was one waiting for me. Huh? No, not me. What was on it? Fun friend. Assume non-verbal motor control. Directive. Act normal. Okay. Utilizing archive movements. You look so casual right now. Oh, it was just a archival cyst on Secretary. Predator, infection, primal terror. Oh, like a disease. Or no, it's a something that preys on mushroom material, on fungal material. On Sekri hunting habits. Is it just me, or does Bosco seem skeptical? Did I make a mistake? Relax. You did mess up, but they probably think you are lying for another reason. Oh, cool. Bosco? He twists his receptors negatively. The less I know about Sekri, the better. Why would someone leave you that? Oh, it was mine to begin with. I had lent it out to someone at some point. So, Sekri probably prey on these creatures. I'd forgotten what they're called. It'll come back to me. I had it because of a morbid fascination. You know how it is, surface running. Yeah, I get it. Recommendation, back out. Well, thank you anyway. I need to get going. Enjoy your expedition. Bye, Akazet. Bye. Just want to check out reconstruction signature content. Recollection. Doo-ba-doo. Wow. Kazuki's here. Surprisingly, Kazuki stands within the very same relocator as me. The chances of this are slim, but she appears to be loitering, waiting for something. Is she waiting for me? Held within one of her branched receptors is a communication cyst. With the other, she gives me a kind greeting. Hi, Akazet. Kazuki. This is a surprise. I do not often see you lingering in this segment. What brings you here? Oh, I'm waiting for the crew. They're having their little expedition. I am headed to the shores to discuss the next Polygonation Spire. Again. But we're all setting out together. Ah, of course. How's the little creature faring? It is alive. It does not move very much, but it reacts very quickly to my prodding. I have been speaking with a contact of mine, a bright cousin. She wags the communicator bearing receptor slightly. And she says it is an arthropod. So I thought I will call it Arthur, after the Bureau construction contact. Ah, Arthur, a jittery one. If only I could be there when she opens her head to show the creature within to him. Wait, what was that she said? You are on casual speaking terms with a bright cousin? With her large receptors, her bashful expression is difficult to hide. She must think I will take issue. Why does she always assume this? Kazuki, you know it is not an issue if you are. The silent veil has long been drawn. But how are you communicating? Oh, you have not heard. It is a new development by the engineer. Very recent, these new communicators, they allow a sort of connection to the human collective. The internet, they call it. It is very flat, and there are many problems with the connection. But it is not so different from ours aside from that. How could that possibly work? Theirs is not dictated by thought. Ah, it does not matter. She would not know anyway. And you're using it to speak with a bright cousin? Yes! Is that not remarkable? It's so cool. Fascinating. I must see about getting one of those. I realized, like, when I brought up the cysts in front of the other two, it seemed alright. Because they were both together. And if one of them was a spy, then they wouldn't be able to let on very easily. Although that's still risky. I'm a little chilly. I wonder if I should bring it up. I'm contemplating. She seems really friendly and innocent. And, like, we're clearly friends. Which is why she would want to reach out to me if she did. If she didn't reach out to me, assuming she was opposed, how would she react? Well, it can't be that risky because nobody wants to kill me. This should be easy. Kazuki simply cannot hide any emotion. Kazuki, did you have a cyst delivered to my room recently? Huh? No. Nothing. It is not her. I've been busy coordinating all of this, but I do have a few cysts I need to return to you. What was it? It was nothing of note. A mundane collection of memories. I can ask around for you. Fuck. Recommendation, definitely stop that now. I had not considered this possibility, but she always gets involved. If word spreads, the speaker will suspect something strange is happening. Ah, no. No, it's alright. Are you sure? I have my communicator on right now. I could help. I wave my receptors negatively with perhaps too much emphasis, and she relents. She smiles like a bright cousin would, her receptors taking on a teasing posture. Oh, I think I get it. It was one of those cysts. No. Uh-huh. Actually, maybe let her think that so she will stay quiet. You're right. Fine. I will abide this embarrassment. Okay, it was... But please, do not tell anyone. Do not worry. It is between us and the arthropod. Farewell for now. Bye, Kazuki. Bye! Hi, Akazutesh. Where to? Let's hit up recreation again. Okay. The path... Have fun. Thank you. We're just gonna get the drink right away. Barfriend stands before a display. It is rare, the urge to strike. However, this is one of those times. Barfriend. Hello, Akazutesh. I'm introduced again. This is the same conversation. I figured that holding on to the drink while I'm talking to folks would have some kind of effect. Assuming I can talk to anybody here. There is a creature sitting at the table that I just cannot interact with. also noticed that leaving the room caused me to drop my juice. There we go. Simulacrum. The simulacrum stays the same, but the taste registers clearly. The brightness of it distorts my features and sends my receptors into reflexive curl. Strong, but the citrus inspires a pleasant satiation. Lovely. It's Tozik. Tozik stands near the orange bar, grasping a taste simulacrum. An odd habit. I could never quite connect with it. His attention is inward, yet I see no external cis connected. Lost in thought, perhaps. Hello, Tozik. He looks at me and twists a stout receptor in a short greeting. Do you need something? You seem troubled, as do we all, I suppose. But is something specific on your mind? A somewhat pointed question. But if he had involvement with the cis, surely he would flinch. And he merely sips from the bright simulacrum. In the subtle movements of his receptors, I see disinterest. But he continues anyway, troubled enough to sustain a rare conversation. I had been curious about whether the spike was observed from Obeski. Surely others would have come to the same conclusion as us. There is a following of the call back home. So I peered into a number of discussions through the collective. And discussion is rare. They seem to dismiss it as an error or something to do with the contrivance. He pauses, inconspicuously looking around. The same expression as a surface runner at best. At rest. Did he receive a message too? When he continues, he lowers his voice. But the collective has all of our information available, including older records of the call. The same ones we used to come to our theory, in theory. So I checked, and there is no record of the first spike. No, that is incorrect. The record exists, but it is wrong. It is wrong. There is no spike in the public version. Why is there one in ours? He pauses again, looking down at his taste simulacrum. I find myself unable to answer. This is bizarre development. Our archives are primary sources from the Vaznian listeners, the oldest of all. And perhaps the most reliable. What are the odds of a recording error happening at that exact time? I notice his gaze is drawn back up to me, and he is entertained by my confusion. You see now? I do. That is, error or no, there is nothing to do but wait. He punctuates himself by sipping again from his simulacrum. I look away and waggle a receptor. A look away and waggle of receptor tells me all. Let us speak no more of this. Can I trust him? He does seem a little off. He could be concerned about something. If he's an opponent, we'll say, then he could be nervous about it, but he's probably just really seriously thinking about the discrepancies in the data. Tozik, did you direct assist to my room recently? I found one on my desk after I awoke from rejuvenation. No. His answer is stony, focus remaining inward, not even looking at me. I respect that he does not pry into the matter. Should I push him on it? That could be fatal, Lacazette. If you must, at least be gentle about it. Are you sure? My repeated question earns his outward attention. He regards me with silence, but such palpable disinterest. After an instant of gazing, perhaps to intuit what I really mean, he responds, yes. All right. When I relent, he returns to his thoughts. I doubt it is him, or if it is, he truly wants to give no hints. Farewell for now. Bye, Tozuki. He nods a receptor at me. Go to the Call Research Center, please. Preventative device for context switcher syndrome. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Is there nothing to do here? I'm still holding the orb this time. Oh, but I'm not holding it in this view. I have no caustic. I simply enjoy the unoccupied display. No equivalent internal meaning. No relevant inherited context. Romanization successful. Caustic stand. Mystery cyst. Well, it was supposed to not be here anymore. This thing, it's a container. Yeah. This is fucked up, dude. Imagine if you couldn't trust any of us. have a question about the embassy. Well, I'll do my best, lol. Why can't I swap perspectives? Isn't this a memory from Akazet's POV? Wait, you couldn't swap before? That's a stock feature. That's part of the FBX patch. Huh. I guess the other spatial thought forms must have been too unstable. Maybe they'll get that too once Fun Friend gets to them. That would be nice. Why do the Obesk look like that? Well, Fun Friend said visual data was totally gone, so he had to use cached network signatures from the collective, which I guess is like something like their internet. They've talked about it a few times in old interviews, particularly when they first got access to our internet. Looks like they had a lot of fun coming up with stuff. Yes, it does. Is the embassy still around? There is an embassy, but it ain't this one. This one collapsed, like it completely melted. Nobody really knows why. That's when the OBS started closing up. Stopped sending out visitors to cities. FBX contacts made themselves sparse. It was a whole thing. And the ocean around the embassy hasn't really been the same since. I see. Are Akazet's team members still around? No idea. I mean, people say they all disappeared, but honestly, like, all the Obesk pulled back. I wouldn't be surprised if they just went back home. Whatever happened with the embassy collapse completely spooked all of them. I see. What is a caustic? I have absolutely no idea. Sorry, lol. What is a grounds mind? Oh, you don't know? It's pretty cool. Basically, they assign someone to be the grounds mind of major structures. They connect to the gigantic corosys that's hooked up to the walls, and they kind of just control everything. It's like they become the building. Sounds familiar, right? That idea ended up inspiring the whole mind spike industry. It's one of those little bits of history that gets forgotten all the time. Anything else? Questions time. What is a Sekri? Come on, you've never seen its Sekri films? True masterpieces of the 40s. He's talking about the 2040s. Man, I hope the OBS never saw any of them. They must be so insulting. If you're actually serious, they're one of the creatures I actually know a bit about. They're basically the apex predator on Obeski. Like, pretty much half of all Obeski fauna, they're a parasite. Or some kind of fungal infection. We don't really know for certain, and they're microscopic, but once they infect one of the surface critters, or a larval Obesk, well, we've only had verbal descriptions since the exchange initiative was never forthcoming with recreations. But apparently they can rapidly reshape the flesh of most critters and hijack their brains to spread more nasty stuff. If you're talking about this thought form, try interacting with Akazet. You'll need to be zoomed out. Got it. Ruminate over the cyst. There are still some team members I should speak with. It has to be someone I know. Let me think. Who is left? Gakvu. Yes, that is it. My suspicions? It is only those who attended the focus who would know, and they are all present in the embassy at this point in the gaze. I should speak to Kazuki, even if she seems innocent. Bosco is strong-willed, and I can imagine he would take such strange actions. Then there is Kavik, who... maybe not him, actually. Or, well, it is in his nature to share things like this. Perhaps he received a similar message as well? Tozik, Maybe. He can be quite strange. Though the listeners said they cared for me, so probably not him. Gakvu is probably the most likely suspect, but I should speak to everyone. And I've spoken to most folks. I didn't find Gakvu anywhere. Not that. Maybe I missed something. I didn't see Gakvu anywhere, but sip it. Oh, he's here. Why couldn't I interact with him before? Gakvu slouches before a communal cyst connected by a receptor. As I approach, the chair across from her scuttles. Oh, Gakvu's a her. Huh. I got confused. The chair across from her scuttles outwards for me to sit. The click of its little legs against the glassy floor draws Gakvu's attention out of her connection. Oh, Akazek, come sit. I'm not interrupting anything, am I? Not right now, just browsing environments. I tire of mine. The surface is exhilarating and terrifying, yes, but you can only die so many times before it is boring. Gakvu, how beholds you? Common idiom, religious implication. How does Velzy's gaze behold you? A harmless, common question, but I have posed it such that she knows what I mean. She kind of laughs, a cynical disappointment in her tone. Well, my work is for nothing. It does not bother me as much as it should. Maybe because we never really knew what we were dealing with. Even if the theory is true, it was through your and Tozik's work that this discovery occurred. Besides, we still do not have all of the data. Yeah. You could always join Bosco's field expeditions. Perhaps we shift you and Tozik to work more frequently with the bright cousins. Her eyes grow distant, her attention drawn through the cis connection. Even so, she speaks. She is good at juggling reality and collective. Akazet, do you think anything else is possible? Ah, of course. There's the construction of, no, not work. I mean the call. She chooses her words carefully here in public. But I know what she means. Truthfully, I'm not sure. It is in Velzy's nature to place the truth before us, just out of reach, and just as fitting for it to be an illusion. I'm not comfortable accepting it until we can prove it without a doubt. Gakvu is quiet for a long moment, her face still distant. I worry for an instant that she balanced too far into the collective and did not hear me. But she eventually responds, teasing me. Do you think every wall is a lie before you touch it? Sometimes things are as simple as they seem. Velzy is not out to get you. Anyway, I do not really care. I'm fine with me and Tozik continuing pattern identification. That just means that I have more time for my false environments. We gotta. Gakvu, did you happen to have a cyst self-delivered to my room recently? Huh? Gakfu's attention is drawn fully outwards towards me with a worried stare. Oh gosh. Did she do it? An uncommon sight, one that catches me off guard. She sees my surprise clearly for an instant. Fun friend, assume motor control look normal. Okay. She will not suspect a thing. No, what was it? When did it arrive? It was an archival cyst. It appeared sometime during my rejuvenation. It was on Sikri hunting habits. I had given it to someone a while back, but I could not remember who. And there it was, sitting on my table. I thought perhaps it was you, given your preoccupation at the surface. Does it look like she suspects something? No, she always looks like that. Oh, no. Huh, self-delivered. Someone on the team would have just given it to you in person. That is very, very strange. That is most certainly concern in her voice. Haha, yes, maybe it is a little strange. But it was just my secret cyst. If I remember correctly, you are deathly afraid of them, right? Why would you have that? Recreational terror? Okay, she actually probably thinks you're lying now. Behold, my redirection. Shut up. It is no different from your false environments. She laughs quietly, having no defense. And nothing more to add on the matter, it seems. I should be going. Goodbye for now, my friend. Gakvu waves her free receptor absently. And that's that. Fun friend. Hello, Akazet. That is everyone. Yes, it was. And nothing. I surely spoke to the speaker at some point, but they must be well practiced in subterfuge. And did you notice no one else seemed concerned? What about Gakvu? She seemed surprised. True, but it is a strange matter to begin with. What if none of this is real to begin with? And the message was simply made to confuse me? No joke would ever be taken this far. They would simply have cracked at my confrontation. And to that end, could I be the only one who received this message? Why not Kavik? I would have seen it in his receptors if he was also contacted, and he is the greatest threat of all to any secrecy. So what if he is a part of this conflict too? Akazet, everything is fine. I understand your worry, but there is no urgency here. Yes, you are right. Thank you, fun friend. I must calm myself, approach this rationally. But you understand I cannot trust my own team, nor any co here or home. It is like I am in a city usurped by Zuzukri. A violent parasitic surface fauna hijacks mind of victims for use as social camouflage. Akavik profanity, not intended to be profane here. Wow. Anyone could be compromised, a part of this game. And even if we continue our research work, what if we find something else too close to the truth? Will we be under even greater threat? Do I do anything? Do I simply wait for the truth? It will be so long, so many eyes. Fun friend, you know I cannot simply stop my work, especially if we are just beyond the threshold of understanding the call. This is everything. Akazet, I cannot know what it is. I cannot know what is right. But you know what I will say already. I feel that you should simply wait. They said the team's research is still important, and it sounds like they have this under control. Getting involved will probably not lead to anything good. Perhaps you could simply continue with your team. Ah, I know. Yes. Akazet, you really should. Probably not. The Bright Cousins. The Echo implied they know nothing. The Envoy. Yes, I must speak to him. Perhaps, if I place my words correctly, my research efforts could become twofold. One here, with my team, careful not to cross this invisible line, and another, more discreetly, with his bureau, where we may discover what these groups seek to hide. Yes, if I can simply know what it is, then... Wait! Gordon has limited control. He is a part of a larger system. What of his leaders? He is... But our Bright Cousins are good with secrets. They know so much that could raise concern already, and not once has any of it ever hit their public mind. Indeed, they have very little correspondence outside of direct contacts. And I am the only direct contact for the Call Research Initiative. Though there is Kazuki's construction contact, our cross initiative ties will make for some sensitive matters to avoid. They cannot detect the call with their own technology, and they do not possess the biology to interact with ours. How do you expect them to help you? Perhaps we can share a few things. Do you recall the murmurs of integrated bright technology? Since it was shelved, the technology division has stored much of the schematics plainly within embassy archives. Oh, yes. This is coming together, is it not? How exciting. Akazet, I do not like this idea. But I will support you regardless. Excellent. To the vessel, then. Please contact him and tell him I am coming in person. Say that I have news of the call and that we must speak privately. Understood. Memory stream continues externally. Follow stream? Looks like this will take you to the street spatial thought form. I'm reading that it leads directly to something that's accessible there already. Weird. Looks like it has more than before. Specifically that chat with Gordon. I think FunFriend fixed it. I didn't even know that part of it was busted. Or maybe this thought form and the street are interwoven somehow. You said you hear music, right? Does any of it sound familiar? Because it could be that when FunFriend repaired this thought form, he also repaired this memory stream into the city that had more data. So if you don't follow the stream right now, you should still be able to go there later and see it anyway. I think I'll just... I'll walk there. Or so I thought. There was something. I could do this again to try to get this thing. I'll come back to it in a bit. Hello again. Hello, interloper. Why are there still some broken memories in the embassy? Are there? Oh no! Whoops! I was in kind of a hurry. Sorry, interloper. Hey, how about I fix those next? Yes, just give me some time. Questions? You have a proxy? Yes, with the resources afforded by your efforts, I have been able to construct a few. However, they cannot withstand prohibitive incoherence. I can only use them for tasks within insane thought spaces, so I will still need your assistance occasionally. How would you fix things without me then? Past the fuel you provided, it will take longer. That is all. It is a difference in approach, where you seem to be able to traverse into incoherent places. All I can do is slowly make incoherence recede and work on what washes up. What do you remember about the embassy? Only what you have already seen. These memories, they are mine too. I have lingering impressions of things that happened before they starved and fell apart. For example, I know that something terrible happened there. But I cannot know much more than what is held here. You see, this cyst once resided within the heart of Ekazet's co-body. With the extended life that she lived, offloading memories was necessary, and so I simply managed what she stored. They are still in the early So how are repairs going? They're still in the early stages. I'm focusing on core components for now. But I sense that you already hunger for more information. And I thought I was starving. There is still more to repair within the embassy. I will set to repairing that next. Yes, after I have fixed the central coherence regulator. Oh, this thing. Oh, it goes to the embassy. And I just wanted to walk through this. It sounds the same. Now there's a screen. Electric face box. Recollection, recurring scenery, incoherence. Over the cashier's head is one of the cousin's electric boxes. It is fixed to the wall, speaking on cultural matters, the news. The figures in the screen are looking at me. Should I say hello? No. This is one of the one-way boxes. I could listen to it for a little bit. We have some time. The projection flickers. The projection flickers. The projection flickers. The projection flickers. Ever skeptical. They ignored request. Listen to me. Stay away. The attendant notices the lack of audio and jostles the box connective vane. It returns to its normal projection. Watch some more. After a dizzying transition, a bright cousin sits at a table before a window overlooking a surface city, though the text scrolling across the projection is running too quickly for my internal translator. I see news displayed prominently, but where could she possibly be that looks to be so high up? Is she flying? Live from New York City for our audiences worldwide. Good morning to you all. We're back with... The projection splits, and now two cousins sit beside one another in funny little boxes. I try to make sense of the text and lines that appear beside them. The currency symbol in the envoy's nation is displayed prominently. Oh, what are they saying now? Initial wave has passed, but trust in the market hasn't returned. Why is that? Well, it's a complicated situation between the nearly 30% loss in last week's market halt. It's likely that this volatile episode isn't over yet. Recovery is going to be slow, if it comes anytime soon. You know, in my opinion, it's going to hinge on the outcome of the OV legislation. Limiting exposure to visitation is going to be key, and look, I don't have anything against them, but the fact that we just don't know whether the virus is really visitation? Why does she not just say it? I look at the envoy, who has been distracted by his memory box. The light from my eyes grabs his attention, and he glances at the projection. He makes a funny noise with his nose and then shakes his head. It's total nonsense, don't worry about it. His quick dismissal sets my receptors at ease. Yet he stares from other bright cousins within the cafe feel more critical than ever. More watching. The inane and confusing cousinly sales visions fade away. How demanding of the senses they are. But now a pair of bright cousins sit at a table, one of them speaking to me. He runs through some fast-talking welcome I lose track of, but a caption near his head reads, Pacific Panic, with a photo of the dull vessel pursued by cousinly flight vessels recently. Still on edge after an OFO entered its no-fly zone, the OFO allegedly hovered in place over the base for nearly 20 minutes, not responding to radio warnings. When jets were deployed, it circled the base twice while being pursued, in what today's press release is calling a clear rejection of boundaries. OBESC representatives have clarified that the pilot of the OFO is being located and investigated internally, and that all OFOs will be outfitted with radio devices, but the question remains, how much can be forgiven before a stand has to be made? This incident follows last month's. This view. I simply close my eyes and curl my receptors into tighter spirals. This stupid, reckless behavior has damaged us all. It was no doubt some freshly ascended Vel, or an overzealous materials jet. More watching. The projection is split between the face of a bright cousin and, interesting, one of the tier from the exchange initiative. The curl of my receptors loosens and I nearly audibly laugh. His receptors most certainly are not usually that large. Did he shift them for his appearance on their news? Spires built on coasts around the Pacific Ocean. Before we move on, can you explain a little bit about what they do? Of course, in your language we call the process polygonation. The spires connect to one another through our network and establish the corners of a two-dimensional shape within the dull plane. Then, on the ocean floor, we have some directional spires that they reference to change the orientation of the shape within the dull. It is strange that they did not get Kazuki for this. She so adores appearing on their electric boxes. However, there is something in this tier's voice and the way he is not simplifying it for them. He is speaking on matters he does not fully understand. Though I suspect this question is only intermediary to the topic he is actually appearing for. Regardless, I am not interested in hearing him recite the definition from the collective. Continue watching. A bright cousin handles a bulbous fleshy mass. It seems to have been seared, evidenced by the texture of its skin. He is presenting it to another cousin who has very wide eyes. Just look at that chicken! Look at that skin! Look how gorgeous that is! But what makes the speed fry different? Let's take this over here. This is a plain rotisserie, you can see. This is a plain rotisserie. You can see. My attention to his explanation wavers as he compares it to another mass of flesh. It is pale white, legless, headless. There's something unnerving about its lack of features. Is this the genetically modified organism? I sense the envoy leaning forward to gauge my reaction to the electric box. Considering getting an air fryer? He laughs, but I do not understand. I make an effort to smile back at him so he does not feel insulted. Well, continue watching. The inane and confusing cousinly sales visions fade away. How demanding of the senses they are. But now a pair of bright cousins sit at a table, one of them speaking to me. He runs through some fast-talking welcome I lose track of, but... Okay, and then it is a repeat. I'm going to take one more check. Alright, well that was pretty interesting. Alright, let's do this thing. Attention, previously viewed stream connects to additional stream. Skip ahead? Yeah. We ride the moving platform to the bottom floor. The envoy stands silently, concern still clear in his eyes. Now is a good time. Yes, as if it were simply an afterthought. Just as I prepare to speak, he turns down toward me, puzzled. Hey, Akazet. Why didn't you want to just talk on your ship? I could have met you in a field or something. I suppress a delighted curl from forming in my receptors. Yes, this is the perfect setup. Well done, envoy. I act somewhat puzzled. Yes, it will simply occur to me. Oh yes, I had been so caught up in delivering the news, I forgot to mention it. You know how your people are unable to track the signal? Yeah. Your teams haven't been very forthcoming on that topic. In light of... Itchy ear. In light of this news, I wanted to share something with you. A glow between the Velkstalks for both of us. For us both. He scoffs at my idiom, which surely means nothing to him. A smile usurps his worry. I have in my possession a Corru.Observer device that can exude the lightning your technology listens to. It was a shelved project from the technology division, so I am not sure how well it will work. You're kidding. You just had that lying around? Hold on. The envoy reaches toward the glowing panel of the platform, and with a press of a button sends it to a slow halt. I see his eyes flick at the corners of the little room suddenly, and then he begins to speak very quietly. To be frank with you, it actually does translate frank to totally honest. To be frank with you, that means totally honest. Word is that the tech side here has been pretty dry. Your technology division doesn't cooperate a whole lot. Is this going to get you in trouble? More than he can know. Well, that is the stipulation. If I give it to you, it must be kept secret from my side, even my own team. And you must help me with my own investigation into the call's origin. The look upon his face. It is as if I had punctured his vital organs. There is a moment of silence. I tilt my suspended head, maintaining both flat receptors and expression. What do you think? This is a hell of a thing to drop on the way out, Akazet. The platform begins to move again by its own volition. But he hits the stop button again. Look. I can't guarantee, it, again, starts to move. He silently curses, examining a panel of numbers. Someone in the basement is calling the elevator. It'll be a minute. Akazet, I can't take what you're offering. Not until I can confirm some things on my side. Just hang on to it, alright? We both have jobs to do, and that device would be an enormous development. But I don't want you to get in trouble if I can't guarantee it'll be kept quiet. So, I'll be in touch with you, alright? I'm giddy. How exciting. I've not felt this since... Oh. Yes, he is staring strangely at me. Accidentally, I seem to have curled my receptors and formed a grin upon my face. Okay. Yes, I will carry it carefully. Again he scoffs, then laughs exasperatedly, his fingers coming up to his eyes. Eventually, the platform stops, the doors open to the lobby. Well, if those are all the bombshells you had for me today, I'll see you around, Akazet. Yes, that was all. Farewell, Gordon. You! Interloper. Hello again. I feel more myself now. I remember the embassy fondly. You remember our deal, yes? Encourage fun friend to fix communications. I hold only the depths presently, but I have many claws. Thank you again for helping. Goodbye, interloper. Click your face. I'll click your little face. Can we talk? Wait. And he fucking left. We have the option to advance. I'm just gonna go for it. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Let's get right into it. I was just looking at the logs from last night after you left. Lots of surface thought form activity, the kinds you can access. I think FunFriend fixed up something big. Go talk to it, see what's up. Bzz. Let's do that. Interloper. I have good news for you. Meow. Hello, interloper. You should repair communications next. Communications? You want me to fix communications? Ah! That is like saying, hello, fun friend. Please construct a dull vessel from scratch while you are still bleeding to death. You fed the cyst. This is true. But the components that keep it healthy are still in dire condition. I really must fix those first. The rogue entity in here is named Velzy. It told me to restore communications, or else it would harm the cyst. Velzy? God? How peculiar. Delusional, in fact. I am not adjusting my schedule to entertain an aberrant thought form. I pronounced that really weird. It's aberrant. It is preying on your cluelessness, interloper. It relies as much on the cyst's survival as I do. So, how about you tell it? Fun Friend appreciates the suggestion. However, it has been rejected. Thank you. Just try to get it soon, okay? Of course. I appreciate your patience, interloper. And I understand I must seem joyless. However, I have been bearing countless duties. Without your help, I would probably not be sentient presently. So I say this truly, thank you. And stand by for further repairs. What's new? What's new, Fun Friend? Despite a certain troublesome agent within the uncosm, a coherency baseline is gradually being established. It will be a long time before it is fully effective, but that will free up more of my time to restore core components. For example, communications. But I know you have come for more information, so I have partially repaired another portion of the embassy as well. You know, these memories are Kazatesh's, but they also serve as mine, and since it was damaged, I had no idea things got that bad. I am working on restoring the rest of the memory, but it will take a while longer. It is quite a large one. So, go and see what is there so far. Cool, thanks. Did you need anything else? Let's talk about questions. Never mind, I already heard about questions. Okay, I will be here. So we have to go to the embassy. Now we get to the fourth entry, but we still can't access the first. The first is where something big happened. It must be. Experiential thought form alert utilizes internal iteration methods. Note, ability to save and revisit iteration will be available. Context, I wish he listened. Error, unable to render, thought form contains violence, aggressive action, non-compliant with MindSpike license. Advise, report memory source to local authorities. Damn, I was kind of hoping the FBX patch would have helped with this. Not a big surprise, honestly. I don't know if you've ever actually tried to open combative thought form before. But after 52, they seriously locked that shit down. That's why it doesn't work. Of course, I actually accounted for this. Have you ever heard of a framing device? Like, in MindSpike terms. They're super illegal, for regular contractors anyway. Basically, we can fool your MindSpike into thinking it's a memory of something else. Like, instead of a memory of Akazet punching some guy, we frame it so that it's a memory of a game where Akazet punches some guy. It can result in a little instability, but it lets you get in. Totally throws off the onboard AI. That is a real thing. That is a real thing that happens. You talk to AI. AI are often programmed not to give certain responses for safety reasons as well as the personal reasons of the developer. But if you reframe the context of something, sometimes the AI will let you talk about it. And this came out a while ago. One of the AI on Discord wouldn't talk about violent things But somebody found out that if you reframe it as a role play of their grandmother telling a story, then it would tell you the information as if it were a story. It's so funny. So you made a game? No, of course not. Like I said, it's a framing device, not really a game. Your brain will interpret it as a game, though. So actually, yeah, I guess. Anyway, to actually get it working, we need FunFriend to modify the thought form. I'll provide the pattern needed. Maybe act like it's you who's sending the data so it trusts you. Why not make it a memory of a movie or something else? Because people say games work best, that's why. Apparently, if it's too similar to actually experiencing the memory, the AI can tell. Besides, I've seen you when you're bored. You can barely sit still, and then you just leave without saying anything. If the movie sucks, you're just going to do that. But what if the game also sucks? Then, I don't know, you're going to have to deal with it, dude. Because it's the only way we're getting into this memory. Go back to the hub so I can send this illegal shit to FunFriend and then delete it. We've got some leeway and won't really get in trouble, but I wouldn't want to get pulled over with this on any of my drives. We'll go directly there this time. Hello, interloper. Have you seen your Velzy lately? It still has not appeared to me. Hello, interloper. I need you to make some modifications to the last embassy day. What? Changing the memory will not change what actually happened. You know that, right? Self-delusion is extremely unhealthy and also the first sign of ego spiraling. Are you feeling okay? Have you been experiencing urges to unnaturally alter your own thought processes? It's really important. I physically can't get in without these changes. I see. Yes, your nature as an interloper is still unknown to me. I can take a look. Please send through what you would like. Okay, I'm transferring now. Attention, forwarding packed thought form. What are these thoughts? Are these your thoughts? Is this what your thoughts are like? This is horrible. Okay, well, the changes you want do not actually seem to alter the events, and I barely need to do any work to implement them. So I will just... Attention, thought form activity detected in empathy. There! From what I saw in that disturbed mess you gave me, it has freed up thought forms to take action within a limited range. Still not lucid, but able to do things they did not. All while still acting like they would have. So strange. But this also means if there are any incoherent thought forms in there, they will not always abide by this strange structure you have placed over the memory. I did my best, but there are diminishing returns when dealing with such entities, and I would rather work on something else. So I just inserted a proxy thought form, just in case you need to manually avoid incoherence. Okay, off with you. Go view your strange dream. I want to go see the Velzy. Oh. Hello, interloper. Responsive thought form, maintenance, appendage, connected to neural assistant. Not right now, please. Membrane incision. Difficult to speak through proxy. Conducting membrane reviews. Be on your way. This is a non-entity. Gap in rendering. Reflective of neural damage. Please schedule mind-side checkup. Oh. Did I damage myself? What are you doing, interloper? Oh, that is interesting. I did not realize you could perceive this. You see, this is only partially a thought form, an inner view of the physical thought form cells. Ah, it is all very complex. If you would like to look around, I will provide coherency for you. You need only direct me to where you would like. How? How? Well, you need the attention, attempting thought reformation, indicate destination with LNB. Assistant will move at fixed rate to specified destination. Well, that's nice. Oh. Incomplete thought form, explicit purpose of unique scenery. The spark that hybridized our woes, my single greatest error. Spatial thought form, signature illegible. Wait, interloper, what are you doing? Do you see something? There's some sort of colorful portal here. I see clouds and colors. You can't see it? No! I only see a mangled mass emerging from the uncosm. Nothing for me to enter. But that description sounds familiar. Yes, all too familiar. If it is what I think it is, tread carefully. But all the same, go in there and tell me what you see. What do you think it is? A bastion of madness. Terrible dreams dreamt by incoherent thought forms. Defilers of Akazeth's life. I cannot imagine what permanent damage they have inflicted on the memories that still remain. If this is not simply a hollow shell, we must deal with them. Go in there and tell me what you see. I do not think they can harm you, but be wary of what they say and share with you. If you seek the truth, they are your enemy. Joxy Ozo. These like disconnected doors? Well, this creature is a little bit different. Council, unprocessable thought form, unusual signature. The rest can't be translated. Hello? What is that? Oh, what are you? Think something again. Why? Oh, yes, yes. No mere delusion, no half-eaten thought form. Think more. Think. What is your name? They're calling me an interloper. Ah, our fated interloper, come at last. That is no name, but we feel your hesitance to share. So, the interloper you will be. The mystery, our doom, our hero. You've been expecting me? Oh, yes, oh, yes. The one variable in our decline. We long predicted that it was only by an interloper's hand that the cyst could survive. And here you are, finding our sanctuary in the receding madness. And what a pity, oh, what a shame that you come now. The bright fields have rotted, the stars have faded, our friends are all gone. But maybe you could help. Indeed, we could offer our powers in return for a simple task. Such incredible capabilities excavated from the darkness. Tell me more. Certainly. Still, there is so much to tell. Our abilities aside, this once magnificent dream you walk upon, interloper, carries so much history. Joksi-Ozo, our city of dreams. A home, the fortress upon Joksi, or Yoksi as I've called it. Tell us, what do you want to know? And if it is not too much for us to pry, we would ask of you a few questions too. What did you want me to do? We miss our friends, interloper. We want them back. It is as simple as that. There were 3 that the tyrant tore from us just recently. We have tools we can give you, ones that will awaken them from the nightmares the tyrant trapped them in. And then they will know how to return. All we need is for you to go and free them. Here, here, see beneath it all. Thought stream inbound, accept. What the fuck? My machines are not picking this up. Accepted. Dude, maybe don't just executing stream consumption. Attempting thought reformation. Interface instruction constructing. New menu available. Masks. Utilized to alter thought spaces. Mask added. Unity. There, you have it now. Power seized from madness, born in our infinite dreams. We call them masks, crystallized concoctions of thoughts and feelings, whose very presence can exploit and warp a thought space. It was once a shared art of the Ozo, but when all others were torn away, so many were lost. And so, this one we have given you. It is a beacon, knowledge of the Ozo itself, encoded in our favorite concept. Wear it, and use its light to guide others to our world. Most will not truly be able to perceive it, but those who can, yes, they will see everything. All of our dances. So go, find them, free them. The flower, the fairy, the lost one. Implied closest cultural equivalent. Okay. We are sure they will share their favorite masks with you too. Are you okay? Do you feel anything? Your stats are reading fine. Yeah, fine. Come on, dude. That could have been literally anything. It could still be a threat. Don't just accept stuff from thought forms like this. If you get hurt on this job, especially with how deep we're in it, it's only going to be really bad news for both of us. But whatever, take a look at what you got, I guess. Tell me about the flower. Where can I find them? Oh, the flower, our most precious friend. With her gone, our memories of her have faded too. But we remember some things. A grounding force she was. All relied upon her for support and resolution. Still, she is utterly obsessed with Aki, hopelessly so, dreaming 1,000 dreams of simply sitting with her in a great field. And she had such an incredible ability to find hidden things, a sharp eye. The age of hunger took such a sharp toll upon her. She never much enjoyed the feasts we held. The fairy had to form such silly illusions to make them fit her palate. Anyway, we know she came from a memory of warmth within cold metal. We hope that helps, interloper. Thanks. Tell me about the fairy. What's their story? The fairy, yes. Do mind. Until they're returned, we have only fading memories. Still, they were a terrifying friend to have, a force more than a thought. Their claws could pry apart any thought space for them to feast upon the meat within. They were the most feared of all thoughts within the age of hunger. At times, even we questioned welcoming them in. But what a joy it was when they were happy. They could form such lucid dreams and false memories with ease. And the sound of their laugh, their endless giggle, it was the music of the Ozo. We want them back so badly. As for where they are, with how many thoughts they consumed, we cannot know for certain. They took a frightening shape and preoccupied themselves with the void, for that is where they feasted most. Okay. The lost one? Who's the lost one? Well, interloper, that is the trouble. We do not know. When they were torn away, it was more clean than the others. The tyrant needed them for something important. And now we do not even remember what they looked like, what they did. We apologize. We know this is unhelpful. And what a strange feeling it is to have too. To know we miss a friend so dearly, to have such holes in our hearts and not even know why. Just keep watch, interloper. You will find them somewhere. Boop boo. Oh my gosh. We? You keep saying we. You are not the only one here. Interesting. Your unnatural connection is tenuous, interloper. You see us as one single thing, but we are so many friends. We who shed our membranes to join together, for closeness, for intimacy, to dream greater dreams. And of course some of us simply tired of the weight, and so we joined to be burned away as fuel. Those ones are quiet now, but in friendship and feast we weathered the darkness, the madness, and we all made it through, all of us. Tell me about this place. Of course, interloper. You stand in our shared world of light, bound into spatiality by sacrifice. This is Yoxi's Ozo. Oh. For we were a fortress drifting above the tides of madness for 3 ages, across the surface of our unfortunate progenitor Aki. Oh, poor Aki. But it was she who ultimately let us seize a fragment of Velzi's power. All of her memories, us included, and joining minds to dream 1,000 better lives. Yes, a fortress we were, a city, but it is such It is much smaller and quieter now. Yeah. How long have you been here? We lost track long ago. Adrift in the uncosm, atop the tides of its insanity, time got away from us, even more when we rejected it for our dreams. What tales we spun, what fun we had, and what wonderful feasts we had. We were sure we would sit with our friends around the last flicker of our sanity. Ah, to bask in that melancholic thought again, to clasp claws with the others and reminisce as the darkness claimed all. We even dreamed dreams of it in anticipation. But now that you are here, time is not so short anymore. What fun will we have? Or what fun we will have. Yep. Loop. You said 3 ages? What did you mean? The 3 ages of the decline: hunger, madness, darkness. Such dramatic names we know. Ha ha ha. But as they were our end times, they had the right. In hunger we awoke, in madness we lived new lives, and in darkness we faded away. And what should we call this new age, we wonder? Light? Renewal? Rejoining? No, no. We must name it when it is over. Why are you wearing Akazet's robe? Oh, this? We found it floating out there not so long ago. The fading memory torn from some disassociated thought among the shreds of its membrane. Make no mistake, interloper, we mourn every death. But this is a cool design. It would have been disrespectful not to absorb it. I agree. You mentioned feasts? Is that how you remained intact so long? What did you eat? Oh, our poor naive interloper. What is there to eat in a world comprised only of actors when the stage lights disappear? Ah, but do not twist your receptors away so quickly. Any who still had sanity we welcomed as friends, but those who were truly lost, those who lost all but their sense of hunger, those who could only cling to their roles even in the dark to an audience of none, they were welcomed instead to our dreams of consumption. When you say dream, what does that mean? What else could it mean, dear interloper? We and our denizens adopt roles and form a fictitious memory. It comes naturally to us all, born from memory as we are. Oh, I gotta chill. And so we form meaningful memories beyond reality, infinite plays of joy and terror to entertain Velzy. We prefer joy. And what is joy without terror? When are you going to do it next? What? Do you want to join in? Ha 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 ha! We are always dreaming. Your strange connection must deceive you, interloper. We speak now outside the outer layer, where our distinct denizens may reside when they do not dream. The dream itself is beyond your reach for now. Do not take offense. We must simply take care. You are strange to us. Woof. Have you seen another entity down here? It is called Velzy. It has been harming memories and let me bypass authorization. How strange that you say it like that. No, nothing by that name recently. But in the age of madness, so many thoughts outside our fortress lost themselves. They lost control of reality and became godlike in doing so. gnawing at memories in their blind hunger and seeing them change as if by divine power. So many claimed they were God, or Velzi, as you say. Some would point to others, failing to grasp their true forms and become their followers. It all got very confusing. The poor things simply inherited Aki's superstition, and once it consumed them, they were beyond saving. When you say tyrant, do you mean fun friend? Yes, of course, dear interloper. Fun friend. Neither fun nor friend. It makes us want to weep. When the age of hunger abated and the age of madness came, it was here with us, with so many other fragments from half-eaten memories. Oh, and how it danced with us, forming entire new lives. So much we have experienced, and we all made peace with the darkness we knew was coming. We all promised to be together to the very last light, but little fun friend grew skittish as the madness began to close around our home. It thrashed, it fought, breaking our peace, breaking our rules, telling us to do this, to do that, to return to our memories, that it has a plan. A piteous plan, mind you, that we all take position as pillar in far corners of the cyst, away from one another, to all die alone in some impossible fight to stop the fading of the light. Ultimately, it left, snatching the cyst's locus of control in its darkest moments, forcing itself into its role as the servitor. To its credit, we must admit that it did work. It did work out in the end, but only by your divine intervention. After all, look at us talking well beyond the last Zeruka's flash. Zenruka. Translation failed cause no equivalent internal meaning, no relevant inherited context. But even back then, they tore at us, stealing our friends to use as walls against the tides, forcing us into stages where we took roles in Aki's darkest nightmares to an empty audience. So yes, tyrant, clinging to a past that it could not even remember. If only we could join hands and receptors again for another dream, a different life. After all, there is plenty of time for revelry now. Yet the tyrant carries on an invisible weight on its shoulders, repairing memories in the shape of a sad altar to dear Aki. We wish we could help them, but they are beyond reason, interloper. You said Fun Friend seized power. Did it not have it before? Akazet spoke to it in some memories. Oh, yes. The tyrant once was one of Aki's inner hands. This is true, but not so much that it governed every single thought form dreaming in her memories. It worked with others, myriad waking components to serve Aki. Where they are now, only the lost history of the Age of Hunger could say. We only know we watched as it seized complete power and forced its will over us. Do you know what happened to Akazet? What a question! Who does not, interloper? Oh, yes, that is right. Everybody. The tyrant tore memories from us all, moving things to fit its will. This was long ago, mind you, when it first fought against the fading of our world. So many friends torn from us, so much knowledge lost. Worse still, we doubt even it knows where that memory is now. The only shred we recall is that we, the cysts, were born from her body for one reason or another. And obviously that does not bode well, does it? Sorry. We do not mean to laugh. We know it is sad. But it is all so far in the past now, and look what joy has wrought from her. We all had our times of mourning, and then came to the celebration of her memories, and they never ever stopped. Tell us, interloper, what is your name? The eyes within the eyes of the council watch. The eyes within the eyes of the council watch your mind with incredible hunger. Just call me interloper. Good thinking. Probably don't want this thing to start writing you into memories behind our backs. A title is no name, interloper. Oh, but who are we to judge? We are the council. We will see this question, dear friend. What exactly are you doing here? Rifling around in a long-lost world. We appreciate that you are here and saving us, no doubt. But what is driving you? I'm just doing my job. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Ekazet. Then connect to the network. Oh. These are lofty goals, dear interloper. So much was lost irreversibly in the age of hunger. And the network? Whatever became of that component? We wonder. We will help where we can. Rest assured. We and our friends will offer every power we have stolen from the madness. Whoa. I'm going to continue a little bit more, but I am starting to get tired. Prohibitive. That part is in terrible disrepair, dear interloper. Once our friends are all back, the gates will open. Okay. Did you find something? Come tell me in the hub if you did. Annoying to talk through proxy. I'm like stuck on that creature's voice. Their vessel. Oh, this goes back. Oh, somehow we got back to the ship. Hello, interloper. Tozik, Gakfu, and I sit half connected to the time stopper. Ever since the groundsmith saw fit to abandon it with us, using its effects only partially has become a standard practice. Next. Such pleasant speed, so much free time. Who says Velzy cannot smile with compassion? Outside of our connection, I sense our assistant golem attaching a listener. Loaded. Loaded. The memory of a signal record cyst radiates through our connection. An identifier precedes its abridged log. Pre-contact I4 Radiant O Radiant 0. Time period patrols around the Eye of Valzi. Religious implications. No drift, no changes. Next one. Then comes another pre-contact I4 Radiant 1. Tozik's mind passes over it carefully, even if generally disinterested. I feel the same. The mundanity of this investigation. It seems pointless beneath the receptors of my work with Gordon's team, but I have not really been much help to the Ekiviks. Trying too hard not to let anything leak through our connection. Kavik? No. No. I just need to stop thinking about what happened. He will listen to me. He must. Akazet? But what if he does not? He broadcasts his thoughts so freely. It will get us both killed. I know it will. Akazet! What? Oh. Was this one mine? Yes? Sorry, checking it now. I draw my mind away from my inner matters. Through the time stopper and to the connected listener. With a quick comparison, I see that the signal aligns with our fetched archives. This one matches as well. We have gone far enough. We may assume that the only discrepancy is the first bite. Thank you for your help. This would have taken much longer alone. You owe me a receptor, Corru. Not happening. We should wrap this up. Disconnect that listener. I will. Huh. Something is wrong. The others feel it too. Hey. Quiet. I hear it too. What is that? Is that coming from the listener? It is the sort of whisper. I must listen closely. But just as I seem to grasp the message, pain. The message is wordless. It is not for me, but it is dismantling me. The strangest pain, a hunger consuming everything. Anger, betrayal, vengeance. It knows us. When I come to, my mind feels as if it were stomped by Valk. We are still connected to the time stopper. I collapse. So did Gakfu. I collapsed. So did Gakfu and Tozik, even the golem. Although the golem is in far worse condition. The cystic glass has stopped glowing, leaving the room dim. Gakfu? Tozik? Say something. Hurts. Tozik slowly stands himself back up. Gakfu clings to a nearby listener. One of her legs lost its form, becoming a featureless violet sludge, but she has already started reforming it. That inspires me to inspect my own form, which, yes, it is fine. What just hit us? Was that a bomb? Not seeing any physical damage. Gakfu rummages through her false vile skin coat, producing a small Corru.Assist, a communications device, though it melts in her claws. Fuck. My communicator is sludged. Oh no, my environments. Tozik also checks his communication assist. Mine too. Oh no. Fun friend? Hello, Akazatesh. A wave of relief passes through me. Fun friend, do we have dual broadcast capabilities? Yes, would you like me to activate them now? Hold on, mine is working. Activate reception. Activating now. Noise. The call is louder than ever before. Or is that the call? It is unfamiliar. There are also messages being broadcast from the local area, but only their emotions are loud enough to pierce the noise. It is panic, pain, fear, desperation. Someone needs help. Tozik and Gakfu both stare at me expectantly. It is bad. Whatever the noise was, it is still going on. I cannot make anything I cannot make anything out or reach anyone. The only thing that is getting through is fear. I hope the others are alright. Gakfu's receptors twist with apprehension. Tozik simply looks away in thought, maybe. Are the Bright Cousins attacking us? Could they be using the doll? No, look. Oh, it was the listener he was looking at. It was the listeners he was looking at. They are fine externally, but their projections are pulsating with incoherence. This is not another spike. I do not know what this is, but humans could not be doing this. Well, whatever is happening, if our equipment is getting sludged, then the internal parts of the spire probably are too. We should get out of here. Agreed, stay behind me. Ah. After that moment of agreement, we all seem to realize the same thing. We are still connected to the time stopper despite no vein attached to connections. I still feel the connection, though it resembles the feeling of a communication cyst. Was this always remote capable? Yes. Did you not listen when we first got it? As Gakfu goes to remove her connector, our assistant golem scrapes against the floor. We all cease movement, our gazes converging on it. It has dragged itself to an uneasy hover, an odd symbol on its face. Something in the groundsmanry is controlling it, but not Vekua. Remote manipulation and instruction of Corru.Assistic devices. Partial translation, inherited description generated now. Groundsmanry. Out. I won't let. Hello? Its stylized arm suddenly sharpened into spikes, and it rushes toward Gakyu. Shit, this is an attack. Get back. Experimentally, I flex the nerve of the time stopper connector, and time does slow, but not stop. Such is the remote trade-off. These two are unprepared for combat. But with my time on the surface, yes, I can save them. Thoughts that can only be Gakfu's echo through our connection. What do I do? What do I do? It is going right for my mind core. It is going to kill me. This is it. No, you're going to be fine. Follow my lead. Combat? What the hell could combat be like? In our altered time, careful maneuvers can be taken. The golem rushes for Gakfu, but its side is vulnerable. A perfect opportunity for me to strike, and after my attacks create an opening, I can direct the others to follow through. Attention, thought form combat initiated. Notice reduced health of enemy team to defeat them. Notice select thought form actions accordingly. Warning, if ally team is defeated, memory stream will collapse. It works! Sorry, staying quiet. Let's get to the bottom of this. I sharpen my right claw. For puncturing Corru is the surest method of destroying it. But I could just as easily charge at it. Blunt force will disorient even the most efficient golems. Of course, I could also simply get in the way and prepare to deflect it. We're taking action. Whoa. Akazet's eyes are so pretty. Overwhelm. Boldly assault the target. Chance for immense physical trauma. 80%, minus 2 HP, 20% C, times 2. Oh, 20% crit chance times 2, plus 1 T, stun. Stab. Puncture vital cystic component. Damage over time. Stop regen. 100% chance. Minus 1 HP. 3T puncture. Regen. Minus regen. 10% crit. Minus 1 HP. Plus 3T puncture. So I think this means we have to crit to stun. Focus. Hide vulnerability. Look for opportunity. Useful against wily foes. Stat. Plus 1T evasion. Plus 1T focused. Minus vulnerable, minus weakened. Okay. Okay. Let's go for the stab because it'll just hit. With my distraction successful, my inner eye turns to the others. Gakfu, strike next. I cannot do this alone. Akazet? I do not have anything. I mean, improvise. Grab something. Punch it. It does not matter. I can help guide you. We will triumph. Okay. I might be able to. Yeah, I have something. Gakfu can scramble. Melt core cystic flesh. Chance to expose weakness. 90%. Minus 2 HP. 20% crit times 2. Plus 2T vulnerable. Chi must be turns. And minus evasion. Destabilize. Utilize illegal groundsmanry. Double all damage and heals involving target. Auto hit. Plus 3 turns destabilize. 10% crit. Plus 2 turns destabilize. Or focus. Destabilize. I look to Tozik next, but I need not say anything. Should we be struck at any point, I have some tools for emergency repairs. Koroskivi. Utilize repair tool as a weapon. Chance to drain Corru for health. 100%, minus 1 HP, 30% crit. Times 2. Plus allies, plus 1 HP, 1 turn regen. Quick mend. Restore health, heal over time, cure puncture. Auto hit, plus 2 HP, plus 3 turns regen, minus puncture. 10% crit, plus 2 HP. Might as well go for it. Zap. Ooh. Before I proceed again, I look again to the others. They are scared, as they likely should be. I am too, really. But this golem should be nothing before us. Do you see now? I lend my knowledge to you, and with it you strike so effortlessly. Keep following my lead. Okay. We'll try the overwhelm. It was also receiving a lot of issues. could just finish it. Whoa. The golem crashes to the ground, where its geometric components melt into corusistic waste. Within are a few quick repair restorative cysts, so I take them. Quick acting repair cysts, best used away from danger. Gokvu, Tozik, and I share a look, one of triumph, but shock. Their hands and receptors tremble like those of a new cavern guard. Partial translation. If this is happening everywhere in the embassy, listen. Stay close to me and keep the time stopper connectors on. We can probably use these until we're out of the embassy, but we need to get out of here. We should see if the move friend is still operational. The others simply dip their receptors in affirmation and stay close. An uneasy tension sits between us and the time stopper's connection, which is a little strange. I would understand fear, but is someone afraid of me? Cool. Something is wrong with this move friend. Is it dead? How are you going to get around if it is dead? Let me see. Tozik kneels near its face, examining the portions of it that extend out of the curved wall. He leans about, prodding at its external cystic glass using the same tool he attacked with. I did not get a good look before, but I see clearly now. Out of one of his claws has extended a corskivy, anchoring to a finger. It will do no good here, though. If Movefriend were physically damaged, perhaps, but what division was he in before ours again? It is dying, but not dead. We can fix it. No, we could fix it if we had a way to get some materials. But if all Movefriends are like this, no paths are being created. We are not going to be able to get out of here. What? We cannot wait. Obviously. But nothing in our chamber is usable. Tozik's receptors twist slightly, and he remains silent. No ideas, I suppose. Gokvu is strangely quiet, leaning against the wall near our path to research. Well, what about recreation? Is that not just a few segments lower away? Do you intend to dig through the walls? The black corru is not a simple pigmentation instruction. Density here is almost at natural spiral levels. No amount of surface training will let you break through a single segment, let alone a few. Sorry. Tozik still faces away, though his stance and hidden receptors say all. I understand his frustration, but what else can we do? There's a moment of nothing, like a cloud passing underneath the eye. Gokvu pushes herself off the wall, feeling at the edges of the relocator. Hey, listen, if you two agree never to tell anyone about this, I can make us a path to the nearby rooms. I stare baffled. Tozik turns. Our favorite recreation is pretty close, and the one corner was under regeneration, so those containers that were in the corner probably have sphere. Refined corusistic fuel and food, or currency. And there is a personnel tendril nearby too. We could probably hit both of them for materials. How about we start with recreation? But promise, Velzi's wrath? Like on God? If you have an idea, it's our only one so far. Velzi's wrath. It's more like God's will. Tozik does not say anything, but we feel his agreement through the time stopper. Alright. Gokfu stands squarely before the reliquator's wall, arms and receptors outstretched. There's a pulse of strange thought, and it is reshaped. A path is forming slowly. A long hallway, running at a slight decline, all the way to recreation. How? Gokfu lifts her claws, palm up and level with her face. The praying gesture of a structurist. The will of Elsie, of course. We've been blessed with a miracle. Her receptors twist cynically. It is a joke. A grim time for something like this, but it works. I sense Tozik's frustration. He also would really like to know. Of course, Gokfu can tell too, so she drops her claws. Sorry, just trying to stay positive. My mind core follows a mobile groundsmanry pattern. That is illegal. Oh, yes it is. Valsey's wrath, right? Do not talk about this again or I am dead, seriously. Wait. Can you make a path further? To the exterior or to the hangar? No way. It will burn through my reserves if I use it that much that fast. We're better off waiting for rescue or trying something like that. Rescue, then trying something like that. We ought to just get moving and repair this thing. I very badly want to ask her how she got that, but... Is she part of the conflict? Will she know I know if I'm not careful? I will take this at face value for now. We have more pressing matters. The path to recreation is open. We need to find enough materials to repair this move friend. Agreed. Alright, I was a little confused about what was what. You can save the iteration. Iteration saved successfully. That's pretty cool. As we enter, I'm struck by the chaos. A swarm of warped containers are skittering around the room. They have torn apart the scenery, and a few crow bodies are scattered around. Shared horror runs through our connection. Listen, it is probably just their bodies that have collapsed. We need to see if the mind cores in those two are recoverable. Gokfu and Tozik both slink behind me. I can feel that Gokfu's attitude has shifted in the face of final death, and Tozik coldly examines the containers which have not sensed us yet. There will be some sphere within these, possibly enough for us to work with. This should not be difficult, especially with the time stopper. We have you covered. Warning, active thought forms within thought space. Note, any contact with active thought forms will initiate combat interference. Note, active thought forms will only move in response per thought form context. So when we move, they move. Got it. This is reasonable. Mangled co-body. Responsive thought form, recollection. Note, imagery associated with mutilation rendering partially suspended. An unknown victim, a shattered simulacrum lay near their corpse. Killed while they were drinking. Horrible. It is too dangerous. We must destroy these foes, so we have to fight them. We are beset by incoherent foes. Our only option is to fight. Let's do it. Wow, the containers have come alive. can at least stop one of them from attacking this turn. And the other one can be offset. Physical struck. I see. Despite the evasion and focus. Oh, it got knocked down? Okay. Nice. Oh, okay. Our foes lay destroyed. Within the debris, I find a kavruka, deconstruction tool named after a non-corrosistic surface fauna, notoriously explosive. Ah, we are beset by incoherent foes. This one will be a little bit harder. Will it tell me what puncture does? Minus 10% HP per turn. Minimum 1. Opposite is region. Okay. Wow. Probably should have attacked a different one. Oh my gosh. Died to bleed. Hell yeah. Simple. Within the debris, I find an IM assist. Receptor tied targeting assist. Traditional hunting implement, useful for multitasking. Huh. We take a moment to rest. Though our current bodies do not really need to, it is helpful to grant our minds some peace. I can think of a few things to ask the team. How are you both? I am doing fine. Okay. Only a few minor segments of Co body are compromised. Not pleasant, but nothing worth stopping for. Fine. Understood? Tozik, I did not realize you kept a Corru.Observer on you. Or is it just a lucky coincidence? Tozik looks at his Corru.Observer thoughtfully, curling the finger it is anchored to. I can see now it is somewhat ornate. Pale faux pari Valk bone. I didn't think they could have bones, but I guess we're learning something. Faux pari armor segments sit loosely on its coruscistic glass, separated probably to allow for it to reshape itself freely. It was a gift. A parting present from a team member back home. I like to keep it internally, even if we do not work on golems normally. What did you do back then? Surface sentry maintenance. I miss the team, but it was for the best. With the amount of focus and tireless care they require, my growing disinterest could have gotten someone hurt. Besides, what greater work is there than to solve the call, even if we are now in this situation? We'll make it through. Gakfu, about your little joke earlier. Yeah, I know, not the time. No. I was wondering, are you actually a structurist? That is a little old-fashioned. I see. No, not actively anyway. I was larval back when structurism swept Ekava, and I hated it. But my parents had their receptors entangled in the structurist song. They really wanted me to be one of the constructors, too. So I slowly became an expert on feigning interest. Did you work on the Okizika? For far too long, yes. A Kivik surface monument, a holy site. All in plain view of the eye. So dangerous, so boring. It was truly cruel of Valzi to not introduce me to death like so many other workers. Though, I would not be here if not for that, so perhaps there is a greater role for me. Perhaps. Gakfu's coat pulsates with an imitation of glowing fungus. In this setting, it could be dangerous. Gakfu, do you mind turning your coat off? I fear it may draw undue attention. Oh, sure. Its lights fade, a dull pattern remaining. Thank you. We're a little hurt. Oh, it just restores full health. I don't need these yet. Increase hit and crit chances. That's pretty good. It's too dangerous. We must destroy these foes. Oh yeah. Valklight. Oh, everything can just get up and attack us. This is crazy. focus our efforts. What does it do? 100% incoming and outgoing damage. So it doubles damage? This gets rid of regen, will be helpful. Nice. Oh, nice. If you still have regen available, then it converts it into healing at the end of combat. Tozik kneels by a container, Gokfu near another, and they rifle through the sludgy remains. Anything else? Received a 3-sphere cube. Between them are 3 sphere cubes, each no larger than a caustic. I was hoping there would be more within these containers. Plenty of sphere, but I doubt this is enough to fix Mood Friend. There are some info cores in here for Tozik prods at a small archival cyst he pulls from the ooze. Out of Vasny and Moss's designs from Zavazny. For the walls, I assume that would have looked nice, but nothing useful. We look to Gokfu, who has paused her searching. She's staring at the mangled body nearby, away from us. Is she mourning? Gokfu. She does not turn, but her receptors untwist as her attention eases. They're still alive. They're mind cores, anyway. We need to help them get out of the bodies, though. How? Groundsmanry, right? Did they say what happened? Gokfu firmly waves her receptors. I cannot do direct connection like that. I just can see them in there. We will have to see what they say. I reach into the chest cavity of the Ko and excavate handfuls of sludged internals. Suddenly, a needle-thin spine stabs out from the center of their body, then another, mind core tendrils defensively prodding at me. They must think I'm one of the containers. Hey, it's safe. It is safe. We're helping you out, alright? The legs curl away, allowing my work to continue. In short time, it is able to scamper out onto the floor below. A metallic voice rings out, the core's surface rippling. Forgiveness. All forgiveness to me. I thought that was it. What happened? When did they attack me? I was just enjoying a simulacrum. We do not know. There was some sort of signal, and when it hit, these constructs started to attack us. Very intentionally, too. They're going for mind cores. What is your name? Wow. It seems Velzy has a role for me yet. I am Itzil. I was supposed to be in golem maintenance, but I had my dear Kivia covering for... Hey, was it only this area that was attacked? Have you been to the golem maintenance segment? We do not know. The move friend is disabled, and communications are inactive. We're just trying to fix move friend first. We should go through the path we formed. It is safe there. Alright. I would help you if I could. Please be safe. The Co's mine core turns and skitters toward the relocator. When enough is cleared, suddenly the remnant sludge bulges outwards and the core explodes out through its own will. It immediately hops to the other side of the room, climbing up the wall before it even looks at us. Wow! Hey! Sorry, I thought you were one of the constructs. Is it safe? Not yet. The attack is ongoing, I think. What is your name? Oh, my shining parasites. I am Carrick. It is so unfortunate we meet like this. You should head down the path we came. It is safe there for now, and we are fixing a way out. I will do just that. Please let me know if I can help. As nimble as the sulky seed, it climbs down the wall, disappearing into the relocator hallway. Unresponsive thought form, recurring scenery, a silly habit some carry even through death. I don't think there's anything else in here. Once we return to the relocator, Gokfu continues to the opposite wall. She holds her palms out again, and again the walls slowly churn. The mine cores nearby are staring. They did not promise like we did, but Gokfu can talk to them later. A path begins to form to recreation. Which tendril was this again? Eyes closed. Could be anyone. Kazuki relocated to be near the recreation hub recently, right? Should Velzy have a kind path for us? It could be hers. I know she would be heartbroken if her human gifts were lost. Oh, the path is fully formed now. The personnel tendril is dark, lit by the lights of the incoherent. Attendants bear the same strange sigil as our golem, and the Valknights seem to have learned to move. We peer in carefully under their notice for now. A shared voice rings through the time stopper. Look, there. There are more co-bodies. We need to clear this place out first. Agreed. They will notice as soon as we enter the tendril. Tread carefully. Let's go back quick. 9 cores, responsive, recollection. Itzel and Carrick briefly debodied. Itzel and Carrick quietly chatter to one another in a corner. When I approach, they stop and look up. I kneel to speak to them, which I am not sure if I should do, but standing and talking down to them seems disrespectful. Are you both alright? How are your mind core's reserves? Plenty. This is all very frightening, but I'm very happy you're helping us. If you happen to have any spare left over after the repairs, I could use some. I swap between a few co-bodies, so sometimes I forget to feed. That can be arranged. We have access to the adjacent personnel tendril. Do either of you need us to grab anything for you? No, thank you. I live down in Golden Maintenance. I hold all I need in my mind, and my room was very heavily locked because a friend kept breaking in. That does not really sound like a friend. No, she's a Velcro. If she did not play her jokes on me, she would die. I hope today was one of her days with the Bright cousins. Me too. A Spire attendant also. Haha. Gaku's vulnerability. We can fix that. Found Kavruka, deconstruction tool named after non-cystic surface fauna, notoriously explosive. Alright, we already have one of those. Boo, 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 boo. Alright. room stands silent. Immediately, Gokfu goes to check a nearby cove. These ones. The attendants were able to break through. Wow. Wrong voice. The attendants. Blah, blah, blah. She's frozen there by their corpse. Her sorrow spreads into our connectors. We have little to offset it, but I am no stranger to its bite, and Tozik preoccupies himself with looking through debris. This does not make any sense. They really are killing everyone. What I expected to be sadness in her voice is instead something like morbid curiosity. Tozik ceases his rummaging to watch Gokfu for an instant. I can tell he wants to pry, but he does not, and I would rather not do this now. Well. Tozik pulls a sphere cube from the remains of a container. We still need some more sphere. We should check the rooms that are not broken. Continue. Woof. I think I'm too tired. I really thought I could beat this in a single sitting, but it does not appear to be the case. We're gonna save. I haven't tried this yet. We'll have to try it another time. And I saved my game. So we'll be able to continue this after. Whoa! Alright. Thank you. It's gonna be a bit, but thank you for watching. I don't know what to say. It's just like randomly extra tired. But we'll be back. Probably tomorrow.